For many of black men, myself included, um, it's like we almost grow up in this bubble where you're isolated from constructive black male influence. You grow up in like this feminist bubble, all right, that um, where you're receiving a lot of programming, a lot of your ideologies and beliefs and outlooks on yourself, the world, and black men especially. You're getting it from the women in your family, because a lot of the women in your family, they they are very skilled. Black women in general are very skilled at uh, moving the black man out of the home and making it appear as if that's not really what she wanted, right? Making it appear as if she's the victim. So you almost grow up in this bubble where you're kind of taught to mimic your mother's ideologies and what she believes about men. So if her thing is niggas ain't shit, black man this, that, all right, now it's like you're being taught that same thing, and you look at your father the same way. At least I know for a certain period of time I did. But as a child, when you don't have the ability to think introspectively and to think about the nuance and the gray areas and everything, you don't have that ability like that. But then you grow older and you finally kind of start to realize that there are just certain things that you've been taught by your mother that was just based upon a narrative, right? Not the truth, based on a narrative, based upon something that she wanted to put forth, and many black women also do the same thing, right? That's sort of the commonality amongst black females. This negative, over exaggerated, manipulative ideas about black men. All right, and that has a very negative impact on the average black male. All right, that's part of the reason why you got so many hating ass niggas out here. It's part of the reason why your own brother ready to blow your damn head off just for accidentally bumping into a nigga, stepping on a nigga's shoes, because he's taught to hate niggas by his mother. His mother hate niggas, so he's a man and he hate niggas. But men are naturally more violent than women, so her ideas inbred into a man turns into violence. All right, and let's make no mistake about it. A lot of this from the black female, the purpose of it, whether consciously or subconsciously, is uh, the aiding or the maintenance of the white male's power structure. Now, why would that be? The white male's power structure is what allows the black female to have her illusion of independence and autonomy. All right, sovereignty. She gets that from the white male system. She does not want to live in a world where she has to answer to a black man. Even if you're the most powerful man on the planet, they do not want to live in a society where they have to submit themselves to you or follow you, listen to you in any way, shape, fashion, or form. All right. The black woman, make no mistake about it, she likes this system. She likes this. She'll talk a lot of shit about you. She'll talk, point out all your flaws. Oh, you're conquered, dominated. You niggas broke, deadbeat. Understand something. All of those things, she prefers you to be that way. You're a black woman, black women in general, they prefer for the black male to constantly be in a state of darkness, because they understand what it means for them if you're to wake up and actually figure out shit and get yourself together as a collective group of men. That's the last thing that the black woman wants. All right, because now what does that mean for her free will, for her autonomy? Also, now who does she have to point the finger at every time something, she makes a bad decision and she don't want to hold herself accountable? a whole other black women accountable, right? That's also the reason why a lot of these women, they get into relationships with low-level men, because they have someone to point the finger at when everything goes wrong, when the relationship fails, when there are certain issues. All right, if they're there with a decent dude that got his shit together, a decent dude that works a job, that has a consistent income, all right, that does not abusive or extremely toxic or dysfunctional, if they're with a guy like that, that juxtaposition creates a contrast, and it makes it more obvious. It makes more obvious her own personal flaws. She don't have you to constantly point the finger at. All right, they prefer their man to be beneath them in so many ways. It's not accidental that they're, constantly dealing with certain types of dudes who they already know ain't about shit. They know when they encounter a black man that ain't about shit, they still want him though. They still want to fuck him. They still don't have his children, because there's no pressure on her to be a decent woman. She always has him to point the finger at. She always has him to scapegoat. All right, you were a decent man, and you're operating a certain way. That's you on some foul shit. You become more. It's difficult to not hold yourself accountable, and really that goes for anything in life. If you're doing what the hell you're supposed to be doing, it makes the flaws in other people around you more apparent. All right, it allows you to have more clarity in regards to what's going on around you and the people in your life. Because you could always say you did what the fuck you were supposed to do. So now what's their excuse, right? Peace.